Coming off a big win in Chicago last week and a few nice days of rest, the Habs come in and put in one of the biggest stinkers of the season against the Sharks. Our power play is absolutely garbage. We have players who just feel like they should not be on the ice. A lot went wrong in tonight's game, and I'm going to be breaking it all down on this game reaction edition of Habs Digest. Hello, bonjour, ahoy, and welcome to today's game reaction edition of Habs Digest. I'm your host, Josh Gosse, and we're just going to get straight into this. No subscriber reminder today because I don't care. This video is probably not going to be very long, but I'm upset. I'm really upset. You know, I thought Montreal had a chance to really just, compound on their winning ways, show that this team is way better than we all thought they would be on paper coming into this season, and sure, they've done that so far this year, but it's games like this that bring me back down to earth, right? They get your hopes up so high. That win in Chicago, storybook ending. Kirby with the game-winning goal in that game. But guess what happens? We come in against a Sharks team that had lost 3 in a row and had already had another 5-game losing streak earlier this season. Now what do? We get shut out by Capo Kakinen and then Erik Karlsson and the Sharks. It felt like Montreal just didn't want to be there tonight. I don't know what it was, but these games at home recently, our last 2 games at home have been stinkers. At least our last 2 games at home where Jake Allen has started. Allen let in 3 goals tonight, the 4th one being an empty netter. He let in 7 against Buffalo last week. I mean, he wasn't particularly bad tonight, but let's just get that first goal of the game. It set the tone for everything, didn't it? San Jose early, not even 2 minutes into the game, they get into the zone off some blown defensive coverage where Goulet gets blown by. Little wraparound by Barabanov gets stuck on Jake Allen's left pad, and he just can't keep his pad there as Nieto just bangs it past him. I mean, if you just stick in his pad, yes, Joel Edmondson should have covered Nieto on that. It shouldn't have been as easy a tap-in as it was. But Jake Allen also got to hold his post hard and maybe get over there. I mean, it was a weak first goal, and then Coach St. Louis challenges it for offside. But guess what? He was wrong. Now, you can look at the replay and you can, make your own conclusions. When I watched it in real time, based on the video evidence that we had, to me it looked like one frame, they were both behind the blue line, and the next frame, the puck and the skate were both on the other side of the blue line. So to me, if you can't tell the difference, like if one frame it's good and the other frame it's good, how can you call it offside? Even if the player looked to be ahead of the puck, we didn't have a frame in the middle, and assuming on something like that, that's like half a second in length, not even that, probably at 30 frames a second, so 1/30th of a second. Whatever, you live with that. I don't think you can really call it one way or the other, but regardless, it sucked because it was such a close call, and it's not, against Buffalo, the same thing happened. Why is it in these last 2 games that Jake Allen has started, Montreal's given up a goal super early, and it's not necessarily Allen's fault. It was the defense that just couldn't seem to do anything about it tonight. I don't know what they were doing, allowing San Jose to get to the net, crash the net that early with no physicality. And again, we say no physicality, and guess who was out of the lineup tonight? Arbor Xhekaj. Now, I don't know if that would have made a huge difference tonight, but we've seen, we have a little bit of a sample size now. When Xhekaj is in the lineup, the team seems to play with an extra spark. I don't know if he has extra chemistry with the guys, if his physicality brings some life to the boys, gets some life in their legs, maybe makes their shots a bit harder, who knows. But not having him tonight, I mean, this wasn't an overly physical game with San Jose. I don't think we really needed him for anything in particular, but clearly, he's a difference maker when he's on the ice, and I don't understand why he's not playing tonight. I mean, I get it that you don't really want to play Jordan Harris on the right side, I guess. You want to play Kovacevic instead, who I don't think he had a good game tonight either. Boy, there's a lot going on with this Habs team tonight. I'm angry because I thought there was some potential. Like, we let in that first goal, sure, but we had to kill off back-to-back San Jose power plays early in the game. We get scored on, then we have to kill 4 minutes of penalties. Unforced penalties. Of course, the delay of game, and as soon as Slav gets out of the box, it's a delay of game by Kovacevic. This was the game of delay of games. There was I think 3 or 4 different delay of game penalties tonight. Not just by Montreal, some by San Jose as well. But man, it was just an awful start. It all came off awful, but finally Montreal gets a power play. And that's the thing that we were hoping maybe we can come back in this game, right? Our power play hasn't been good. We've had some flashes, though, where it's looked solid. The personnel we have are good. Suzuki's been playing really well in the power play. We know Caulfield has an incredible shot, one of the best in the league. Monahan and Doc are working well. But what do? We go out there and, yeah, we had an insane pass from Suzuki to Caulfield. We got robbed by Kakinen, who, by the way, Capo Kakinen was amazing tonight. I want to just give him some credit because I think he's been outstanding, especially tonight in that game. It was, he played well. Give it to him. He deserved the shutout. But Montreal's power play. How can we go game after game with no power play production and not feel like we need to make a change? There's a reason Alex Burrows is in the thumbnail. And we've been saying it all season, even last season. This power play is garbage. We have great personnel. I think you give like over half the teams in the league the first power play that we have with Suzuki, Caulfield, Monahan, Doc, and they're going to do something great with it. We have Matheson up there now too, who was not bad on the power play tonight. He had an average game. I wasn't disappointed with Matheson, but I digress. We'll get back into the power play. Montreal is becoming predictable. You know, I read a quote when after a good game that Montreal had on the power play. I think we scored 2 power play goals. I forget which game that was. I've done a recap of every game this year, and they're getting messed up in my head. But Martin St. Louis said that the Habs are becoming predictable to each other, but unpredictable to the other team. That was not the case tonight. And from that first power play, I just knew that this was not going to be a good power play night because we were cycling the puck so much, pass. Like, it's clear they want to feed Caulfield. The power play is designed to get him a one-timer from the Ovechkin spot, and Suzuki's doing what he can to do that. We're getting the puck to the right side of the ice, but we seem to be trying to fire it all the way across way too many times, and probably 4 or 5 times that on the power play, we're going cross ice, whether it's Suzuki or Doc or whoever is on the right side, trying to feed Caulfield on the left. San Jose just gets a stick on it. Whether that leads to a clear, whether that leads to a tip out of play, it doesn't matter because that scoring chance is gone. Now, Suzuki's been doing better. Like, he scored against 2 games ago. I forget which team again. I'm forgetting all these. But Suzuki, usually he'll start high near the blue line on the right side and then skate in with a bit of speed, and he'll look for the pass to Caulfield. If it's not there, he'll rip a shot. He scored like that very recently. A nice shot, nice snipe. Tonight, he looked to shoot again. He missed the net once or twice doing that same thing, but those passes to Caulfield weren't there. And that comment about Montreal being unpredictable to the other team really just doesn't seem to hold true, especially in games like tonight where it was a lot of passes. But San Jose, yes, they're the best penalty kill in the NHL. We got to give them that. But it's still ridiculous. Like, the struggles that Montreal had tonight were not because San Jose has the best penalty kill. They're because Montreal has one of the worst power plays. They couldn't create any chances. San Jose was keeping us to the outside. It's not like they were smothering us with a puck or anything. We just kept it to the outside. We just couldn't make the passes we wanted to make, and I think it's because we were becoming predictable. When I was watching the power plays later in the game, even the 5-on-3, like, I don't understand how we don't create more chances out of that 5-on-3. Early in the third period, you're down. It's only 1-0 at the time. You got to go in there with all your energy. You have to get a goal there. I don't care if you come close. I don't care about anything. You need to get a goal in that situation if you want to be, a solid team. You want to give your boys some confidence. And it just wasn't working. Nothing on the power play was working. Passing the puck to Cole Caulfield is becoming the most predictable thing on earth. Yes, he had some great chances tonight. He did have a few shots that were robbed by Kakinen. That maybe would have gone in on another goalie, but it doesn't matter. It's an almost. Only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, the most overused expression in the world, but I'm going to say it here because I'm going to be honest, my brain is a mess right now after watching that game. I'm struggling to get through this. But Montreal's power play is garbage. Hot garbage. Something needs to change. I don't know if it's Fire Burrows. At this point, I think we might as well. Because unless the players really like him, there must be something that Burrows is doing that is keeping him around. He must have good rapport with the players, maybe the coach, and I'm sure, like, he's a nice guy and everything, but, like, at some point you got to just look at the results. We're a quarter of the way through the season. Like, again, maybe a quarter of the way through this new season where maybe we're ignoring all of last year and we're just coming into this season, and Habs staff say a quarter of the way isn't enough. And sure, I get that. I understand if you're from a management perspective, you're like, it's a 20-something game sample size with this new power play unit. Like, give it a break. Sure, I get that. And I can totally understand if that's the reasoning. But he hasn't done anything to show that there's even improvement. We've had, maybe 1 game here and there, 1 or 2 game stretch where we're good on the power play, and then we'll go 0 for the next, 4. 0 for 6 again tonight is just completely inexcusable. It didn't allow Montreal a chance to get back into the game. San Jose took a lot of stupid penalties. We were gifted so many chances. And that's not to say Montreal didn't come close. We hit the post on a couple shots. Gallagher hit a post on, again, unluckiest player in the NHL, if you ask me. Go watch our video about him being unlucky if you don't believe me. But, no, he's been unlucky. Suzuki, I thought, played fine. Caulfield played fine. And another little positive here, our penalty kill was good tonight. I think San Jose also went 0 for 5 on the power play. So while we couldn't get anything done, at least we didn't allow anything on the power play. But the problem came in the third. Not only did we not get anything done in the 5-on-3, like what, a minute, maybe 2 minutes after the 5-on-3 expires, we allow a San Jose goal because of slightly blown defensive coverage when Hurdle gets in behind our defense for a little, or was it Hurdle or Meyer? One of the two. Gets in behind our defense for a little sort of, it was a nice chip. Like it was a pass from the right side. He just kind of chipped it up over Allen's shoulder. It was a nice goal, but you can't allow him to get behind you. It was the second time that the defense allowed a Shark to get behind them that resulted in a goal. And just a minute or 2 minutes after that, again, Logan Couture gets sprung on a breakaway where Gooley gets caught flat-footed, Edmondson too, and it's just a wide-open breakaway for Couture, and Allen got a piece of it, but it just crawled right through his legs into the net, and you knew it was over after that. Yes, Anderson had a great scoring chance right off the face-off after that goal, a similar breakaway off a set play. I thought that was awesome. I don't know who drew that up. Maybe it was Burrows. Who knows? But it was a good play. They couldn't convert. But, like, at the end of the day today, you gotta change something. I don't know what it is. Why are we running the same power plays over and over and over, the same strategies if they're not working? Do something different. I'm not a hockey coach. I don't claim to be a hockey coach. I don't know what these guys need to do different. I can make my suggestions. You guys can make yours. At the end of the day, the guys on the team are professionals. They know what they need to do, or at least we hope they know what they need to do. I'm just providing commentary saying, I'm just expressing my frustration at the lack of results. And I think that's fair. You do your job and you want to produce results. You get paid to produce good results. And right now, Alex Burrows is not doing that job. He's not producing results, and I feel it's fair to criticize that. One or two little positives before the video ends. I wanted to shout out the Dvorak and Gallagher pairing there tonight. Dadonov was not good on that line tonight. He had a stupid interference call that Dvorak scored. But Dadonov got called for a really weak interference where he just kind of pushed a guy down in front of the net that caused Dvorak's goal to be waved off. And I don't know. I thought it was weak. I thought that goal should have been counted. I don't think that should have been interference. Is what it is. Maybe that would have been a momentum changer. Maybe that was a blown call. But regardless, Dadonov did get physical with him, and I can see why the ref made the call. That would have been a game changer for tonight if that had gone in and that had counted for Dvorak. It would have got him off his cold streak too. But that line in general tonight, Dvorak and Gallagher created a million chances on net. Gallagher hit the post once. He's had a couple other nice chances in close. Dvorak and Gallagher, even late in the third, they sprung a break. Galley shot. Dvorak was right there for the rebound. Couldn't corral it, though. It was a bit out of his reach with a wide open net. So that pairing was really good tonight, Dvorak and Gallagher. And I will also say that Slavkovsky looked really good, especially in the first period tonight. He had these interesting plays. He really loves to do this thing. I don't know if you guys noticed, and I don't think I'll be able to recreate this on this small camera I have here. But he'll come into a player that's up along the boards. He'll have his stick. Can I get my hand in the frame here? Have his stick out in his right hand. He'll kind of chip the puck as he jumps around the player. So he'll chip the puck forward around the player, and he'll just jump towards it and get it. I can't describe it. I'm sorry. This looks awful on camera. I don't know what I'm trying to do. But if you watch the game, you know what I'm talking about because he did it a bunch, and it worked a lot. He was really good defensively tonight, and he created some chances offensively. Now, in the third, there was a chance with him and Pizzetta, and I think, if Slavkovsky was a bit more heads up, that could have led to a Pizzetta goal if he was looking maybe more for the pass. But regardless, Pizzetta and Slavkovsky had good nights tonight. Evans was really good on the penalty kill tonight after I called him out in our last video. My boy, rookie patch auto out of 150. Cool. I love Jake Evans. I wish he was better this season. But that fourth line was good. Second line was good. First line produced some chances, and they were by far our best offensive line. But when I say best, it doesn't matter because we didn't get any results. And by best, we really didn't get many 5-on-5 chances. It was just because those guys are on the power play, I think, that I noticed them a lot more. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know what needs to change. The power play is god-awful. At least our penalty kill is good, so we're limiting the damage. But start Montembeault next game. Please, for God's sake, start Montembeault in Calgary, where Monahan can hopefully go out and get his revenge game against the Flames, who traded him and a first for nothing. I'm hoping the Habs come out with a spark. They're playing against their former teammate in Tyler Toffoli. They're playing against a struggling Calgary Flames team. It'd be awesome to get a win against them, not only for Monahan, but just for the squad, just to rebound after this awful, awful performance at home. That'll do it for this edition of Habs Digest. If you enjoyed the video, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel. We're going for 3,000, then 4,000, and hopefully 5,000 subscribers not too far in the future. I've been your host, Josh Gosse, and we'll catch you in the next video.